Out there in the wide open, where life's just a story spun by the grand author, we can see some real wisdom if we look close enough. Carl Jung called them synchronicities, signs of God's handiwork all around us. Let me tell you about one I reckon you might appreciate. Back in Bible times, folks used to talk about marriage like tending a vineyard. Picture this. A fella's out there looking after his patch of land, planting his seeds, hoping for a good harvest. And just like them crops need tending, so does the bond between a man and his woman. The man tends his garden, and the garden gives him life back. You see it in history too. Husbands planting their seeds in their lady's soil, growing new life. It's all about that age-old commandment to be fruitful and multiply, you know. But for us Christians, it evolved a bit different. We see it more like a shepherd looking after his flock. Paul talks about it in Ephesians. Husbands loving their wives like Christ loved the church, giving himself up for her. Think about it, a shepherd laying down his life for his sheep. That's the kind of love we're talking about here. The Ephesians knew when Paul mentioned the church without blemish, it was a metaphor for sheep. And Jesus himself said, "I am the good shepherd." So you know it's got to mean something special. In our faith, marriage ain't just about making babies. It's a sacred bond, a give and take like the shepherd and his sheep. The shepherd gives life, and the sheep give their loyalty in return. It is an exchange of life. But you know how it goes, partner. Sometimes we get sidetracked, try to write our own story instead of following the one the man above laid out for us. It's like trying to ride a bull without holding on to the reins. You're just going to end up getting thrown off. Since marriage is a story within a larger story of God's redeeming love, we got to take it seriously. This is why Paul told Timothy that when a fella doesn't take care of his family, he has denied the faith. He failed to do his lines in God's grand opera. So let's remember the grand narrative the man upstairs wrote for us. Let's live our lives like the heroes of that story, riding out into the sunset with faith in our hearts and love in our souls.